Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've done some blood work on the Mezco Toys 1/12 scale Terrifier Art the Clown figure, and I'm just going to show it to you briefly in this video, so drop a like on it for me, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Instagram at DKnight. So I didn't want to add any more blood to the white areas of the outfit that remained. When the figure comes out of the box stock, he's already got blood stains all over the outfit, and not much of the white remains. So I just basically went over the existing blood stains with more fresh perma blood, and just to create kind of, more dry patches, more fresh wet blood look in places. That's the stuff I used. Perma blood, very handy, quite expensive. Added some more blood to these sculpts, because just ties it together with the outfit a little bit better. Got some blood on the neckline sort of coming down to the outfit again to kind of tie it all together. Added some blood to this meat cleaver. You can see on the edge there some wet looking blood. It dries really dry, this perma blood stuff. It's very good. And I did stick his collar down with liquid latex, just little tiny bits of liquid latex, and then just put your thumb over it and press it down and it dries and stays in place, just to make the collar area look like it has a bit more weight to it, just sit a bit more natural on his shoulders. Added the nice little blood splatter effect on the top of his head there, and blended in the blood to the head wrap a little bit better, and added a bit more blood to the stern expression because it was very clean, that head sculpt, compared to the outfit, so now it matches up a little bit better. Got him stepping forward, and we got that kind of grumpy looking head sculpt on, and that looks really sinister now with the extra blood. It just blends in better with the outfit. Sorry about all the Myers pictures in the background. This is the garage where I do me masks. That's not mine though, that's a Chris Morgan mask. I don't think he makes them anymore. That's an H2. I did have it up for sale, but I just can't decide. I mean, I'll sell it if someone wants it. It's a very thick pull. Beautiful weathering, amazing hair on this. And also doing a Captain Kirk for someone at the moment. I've got a few more Captain Kirks available, and some Rob Zombie Halloween masks that I can rehaul. Doing H40s again. Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, Art the Clown. Facing the other way up because he's too scary looking and it freaks people out, so I've got him facing down at the moment. But yeah, I've got loads of masks available, folks. Halloween is coming, so get your orders in. All the Michael Myers masks, Art the Clown, you name it, I can do it. Oh, it just looks so creepy and sinister with this just kind of expressionless face. And you just make out his eyes looking at you. And look at the gristle and the meat on the cleaver there. It is awesome. That was just layers of perma blood building up on the edge until it looked like it was just kind of loose blood. It's really gross. Check out the sleeve. Super gory. You got some nice fresh blood. And I put more blood on the black side of the outfit as well, because there wasn't any blood on the black parts, which just didn't make any sense. So it's quite hard to see, but in person you can really see there is now blood on the black sections too. And more on his boots. Making use of that Syndicate Collectibles pumpkin head diorama as well. Once again, came in very handy for the Howling NECA Ultimate Werewolf review, and it looks great with Art the Clown as well. He just stands there perfectly, holding on to a brain and his scalpel, which he's kind of permanently attached to with that particular hand. Okay, let's take a look at the head sculpts individually now that I've added the blood. We've got some nice blood splatter on the top of the head. And I went over all the existing blood on the stock head with perma blood, because in certain areas you could see this kind of telltale sign that the blood was kind of printed onto the head sculpt. These little tiny little pixelated dots almost reminded me of the DX11 Hot Toys Joker, the Heath Ledger figure. When you got really close to that, you could see some of the makeup was kind of applied in this kind of printing technique
I think that's how they do it, but it leaves a bit of a telltale sign. When you get really close, you can see it. This had some of that around the nose area, I think. So I went over that and covered it up. But it's just adds a little bit more, you know, gnarliness to the sculpt. I mean, not a lot of people are going to bother doing this because it's not necessary. The figure's already bloody. But I just wanted to heighten the realism a little bit with the perma blood. There's an amazing sculpt. Seeing all the wrinkles in the back of the head, the ear coming through, the detail in the sculpt, the accuracy of the likeness, excellent expression. And I really like the blood on the neck because it just continues down and kind of meets the collar. Right, then we got the smiling sculpt, my favorite, I think. It's hard to choose because they're all fantastic, which is great. More beautiful wrinkles, back of the neck there. More blood spray on the top of the head. Continued the blood down that was already on the side of his face there, brought that down to the neck, added some more. I think this is the one actually that I covered the pixelation on his nostril, because that's exactly where it was there on his left nostril. There was this weird little kind of print effect with the blood. It looked, you couldn't notice it with your naked eye, but when I was editing the review I could see it, so covered that up with some more perma blood. Just fantastic sculpts, incredible. Then on to the Mr. Grumpy head sculpt. Another one of my favourites. Probably my second favourite, or my first favourite, I can't really tell. But this is a real beauty. I gave him a bloody nose, and I wanted the blood to come from his nostrils, over his lips, down his chin. Just a random little thing I decided to do, but kind of fed into his expression a little bit, like he was pissed off that someone was actually giving him a bit of a beating. He's got more blood spray on the back of the head there, the side, and I wanted the blood to continue onto the head wrap above his forehead area and kind of dry in a little bit. It was very abrupt the way it stopped on the original stock paint job, so just expanded the bloody area a little bit more. And now we'll just see all three turning. Why not? Okay folks, just wanted to show you how the figure looks now that I've added the blood, especially for this head sculpt, the grumpy look, because it was quite clean out of the box and it didn't really match up with his outfit too well. But now he's got some extra funky blood all over him, and he's looking super gross. And this head sculpt has just got even more sinister now. Look at that. Yeah, he's not happy. But I am, because this turned out to be an amazing figure. Check out the review if you haven't seen it yet, and drop a like on this one for me. Check me out on Instagram for all the pictures of Dean Knight. See you soon. Take it easy. Bye bye. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay out of trouble.